Hello YouTubers, once again we're about to put down a Black Rock dry lager with 500 grams of, I'm going to steep this time because I learned my lesson last time, 500 grams of Pilsner 2-row and 300 grams of wheat grain. I'm just getting my water up to temperature. We're at 49 so far. Switch that around a little bit. That's just to hold the probe of the thermometer in the center of the water, but not touching the base because that'll get a false reading. So we're at 50, 55, so we're heading in the right direction. We sort of want between 65 and 75 Celsius. 56. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the grains in here and started, and then I'll switch the video off, steep for an hour, and then I'll come back and we'll finish the rest of it. So, okay, we're at 57, we're creeping up slowly. You watch, I'll get my premium temperature and then it'll skyrocket. This was an act last time when I did it, but I realised I've made an error of judgment the last time by boiling the grains. If nothing else, if I don't get any astringent tannins out of it, you know, any tannins or anything like that out of it, at least I'm not converting the grains to sugar to be consumed by the yeast. So I've learnt that. 59, 60, right, we want to start tuning it down a little bit. '61. Oh, we're getting there slowly. How are these going to float in there? Probably not going to float terribly well, because that's going to be a little bit high. We'll try that. 63. Come on, you hideous beast of a thing. 63, come on, you can do it. Okay, we'll go up just a touch. 64, and that's going to be fairly close, but then again I'm going to lose a wee bit of temperature when I put the grains in. Probably a degree or two, so I'll wait till it's at 66. 65. And we should be hitting 66 any minute. Yep, we just hit 66. What I'll do is I'll put that through there, like that. Now, back that off a bit. In go the grains. And I'll put them to the bottom to start with, just till we get them completely we need to turn this down a bit because we're at 68 and I don't want to go over 75 because that's like 160 Fahrenheit, around about 70. Oh shit. Settle down, simmer down on the gas pedal, take it easy. Alright, we're looking pretty good at 70. So what I'll do is I'll start my timer now. 1 hour. I'll just take you on the timer. Okay, it's 11:42, so 12:42 I'll come back. Over and out for now. Okay, so we've finished our hour of steeping the grains. Kept around about 72 degrees, which is not too bad. Now we're going to pull our grains out, and I've tasted the water, and it's got a sweetness to it. I can taste. And now we're going to get it to a rolling boil and put our other ingredients into it. I might just boil that jug again and right. And also what I'm going to do is, I don't know what the right term is, but I think it's like sparging or something like that, where you pour a bit of boiled water over the grains just to get the last little wee bits of sugar out. Just waiting on the jug to boil, and we'll do that. In the meantime, I suppose I can get my sugars ready. If I can, there we go. I found the old scissor-roonies. And I've got 1 kilo of brew blend number 20, Copperton brew blend number 20, and a kilo of dextrose. I know that's quite a lot of dextrose, but I'm going to dry hop it. I may even make a hot tea. I wonder. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to boil the jug again because I need to rinse my can out. Some people rinse, some people don't. I think it's probably not really going to make a hell of a lot of difference in the ABV. Might be 0.2% or 0.1% difference. But right, now first things first, bring this up to temperature. I've got it boiling. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add my sugars and my can of pre-hopped malt extract, which is the Dark Rock dry lager, and then I'm going to add an ounce of Cascade for a 10-minute boil, 10 minutes before flame out, and then I might even dry hop it with another ounce before I end fermentation. I might even dry hop it with another ounce just to boost that baby up. So we've almost got the boil going here. So what we'll do is we'll just take it off the flame. Okay, so we've added our brew blend number 20. Now we'll add our dextrose. Right, now we will add a can of pre-hopped malt extract. Bearing in mind this is off the heat so that I don't burn it. It's looking pretty damn fine. And I dare say I'm going to have to cool this down in a sink of cold water again because it's going to be too hot. Okay, it's coming up to temperature, so what we'll do is we'll dump our hops in our bag, in our muslin sack, bag, or whatever you want to call it. So they're ready to go. We'll get the boil going and we'll come back. Okay, we've nearly reached the boiling stage, and what I just realised is I had a half a bag of ice in the fridge from drinking bourbon. So I've dumped that in the fermenter because I know for a fact this is about 8 litres that's going to be on the boil. So out of 23 litres, that's about a third of it that's going to be at boiling temperature when it goes in the fermenter, so that'll counteract it some, and I would imagine I will still have to wait before pitching the yeast. The yeast that I have, because it's deemed a dry lager, is I have this premium brewing yeast and dry enzyme. So I don't know, there's 5 grams of premium brewing yeast and 3 grams of enzyme, dry enzyme. Alright, so we've just hit the boil. Well, not quite. Oh, I need to get my clock set for 10 minutes. Oh, stopwatch. Okay, and we'll start our 10-minute boil now. I'll be back shortly. That's the boil done, and the 10-minute hop tea, or hop edition, and let's get on with it. Oh shit. Right. Okay. So, what we need first of all is to turn the temperature off, take it off the element that it was on. That's that done. Now down here I have the fermenter, and I have a sieve in the top of it, just in case any bits and pieces out of the hops ended up in the wort. So lovely jubbly. Now we're going to pour that out of there. I'm sure you've all seen this before, but for the sake of those that haven't, we shall run through the deal. Now, let's see what we can do here. Oh, I don't need that anymore. Oh, I did catch a couple of wee bits. What's that temperature doing? Ooh, it's up there. It's right up there. We just might be alright. We just might be alright. Because I put that ice in there. We're going to be way too hot. We're going to be way too bloody hot. So I'll just do the sink, put it in the sink, run the cold tap until it's down to about 22, 24 degrees. Pitch my yeast. Bob's your uncle. And then I'll actually do a taste test video on this because it's only my second time ever adding hops to the boil like that, which the first time I just made a basic hop tea, and I mucked it up because I used far too much hops for a first timer. I used 50 grams of Cascade in a Cooper's lager, which was, you know, as you know, a lager hasn't got a great deal of background aromas and flavours to it. So when I added the Cascade hop tea and I added the hop bag to the fermenter, it was like, what the hell? It was way over the top. It was so overpowering that I couldn't drink it. And I actually put it to one side for about 3 weeks. And by then it wasn't too bloody bad. Yeah, she's too hot. So, what we'll do, it's 34 degrees, so it's got to come down 10. So anyway, I won't bore you with the, I mean, you've all seen pitching of the yeast. You get it down to the appropriate temperature, you pitch your yeast, you either stir or you don't stir. You pitch your dry enzyme. That's it, it's done. Cheers everybody, over and out. Happy New Year.